So, your main profile got too confusing, too messy and too expensive, so you decided to make an Ironman. That's great, but why actually start an Ironman? These are all valid reasons to start a new profile. When you're Ironman, you get separated from the game's economy, which in turn means that everything you job or craft feels so much more rewarding. So in this video, I'll be showing you how to properly start a new Ironman profile. At the start, nothing should be more different than a regular normal profile. Again, grinding away in the fields for some farming levels. Still mining sand to unlock mining 12 to be able to go to the dormant mines. Get to combat 12 by killing glaciate walkers. And also, can you shut up already, journalist? I get it, I even got a dreadwolf sword while you were yapping. Okay, my bad. The entire point of Ironman early game is to get a booster cookie. That's literally the hardest part of early game. And that's exactly where most people lose their motivation and stop playing Ironman. The main problem is people can't pick a good money making method when playing Ironman early game for their first booster cookie. And that's probably also why you clicked on this video. See, the only hard part is the first booster cookie. But when you start getting god pods and every other buff from the cookie, everything will be a lot easier and you won't need a guide for the rest of early to mid game. The main point of this video is to show you 3 of the best early game money making methods so you can get your first cookie. So let's check out the first money making method. The first one is ender node mining. The shiny blocks in the end drop you Grand XP bottles, Titanic bottles, enchanted sandstone and obsidian, but most importantly they spawn ender mites which drop you might gel. A stack of might gel is pretty easy to obtain and you can NPC sell it for 128k coins. If you do this method for around 6 to 7 hours, you get your first booster cookie and you start progressing even further into early game to mid game. You can also sell the enchanted endstone, but keep the other materials for their usage later on. Now, you can use mods or clans such as Badland like I do. They highlight the shiny blocks so they're easier to see. I suggest, before grinding end nodes, you should go and get Carrot 3 so you can use a dreadwolf sword and kill the ender mites really fast. You can also use the Wise Reforge on end armor and Dark Ghost for maximum damage. If you still didn't find a money making method for your second cookie, you should try grinding for the endermite pet. The legendary endermite pet boosts your chances for endermites to spawn, which means that it will be a lot easier to grind a second booster cookie. Now, that was it for this money making method, on to the next one. Next up we have Arachne. Arachne is spawned with a crystal in the Spider-Den cave. If you get top 5 position, you get 32 soul string and this soul string sells for a lot. You can do bosses pretty quickly with a friend and this method will take you around 4 to 5 hours for one booster cookie. That's only if you're getting top 5 every time. The gear for this method I would recommend is 3/4 ender set with a cow head so you don't take poison damage, or 3/4 glaciate armor for the defense with a cow hat. Again, just so you're more safe and you won't die. This method is obviously much better than ender nodes, but because it's so hard to do damage every game, you won't be getting top 5 every time unless you're doing it with a friend. If you don't have friends like me, I suggest you stick to end nodes since it gives you a lot more materials for other parts of the game. Now, that's pretty much it for this money making method, so let's move to the next one. Now, this next money making method is pretty special. The Jerry Island opens every 5 days for around 7 hours, but because it's December, now it's open for the entire month. This means that you can grind the glacial cave non-stop and you can get a lot of gifts. The gifts give you tons of coins and I haven't really tested the money per hour, but 6 to 7 hours would be enough for you to get your first booster cookie. Now, what makes this money making special also is that you can mine enchanted packed ice and enchanted ice. With this ice you can craft yourself a frozen site, and let me tell you, having a frozen site early game on an Ironman would help you a lot in Dungeons and Zealots. Not gonna lie, it sounds amazing to have a frozen site early game, so I'm definitely recommending this money making method as your first booster cookie, so you better grind it until you can. Now, these 3 money making methods should be more than enough for your first booster cookie. I especially recommend you do the enter nodes for cookie, and then when you get a god potion, you go in the glacial cave and grind the frozen site. I'm not gonna waste any more of your time, so if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Every subscriber means a lot to me, and I'll be more than happy to read your guys' feedback in the comments. Now, go and get that booster cookie.